Let's talk about boundaries. What do good, bad boundaries look like? How do slippery, malleable, pliable boundaries turn into anger?
Boundaries, the two easy ones to say. The first one is that you're not ever telling somebody else what they're supposed to do. That's a power struggle. It's not a boundary. It's you telling them what you're going to do. A power struggle boundary would be every time you get angry, you need to leave the house. Every time you get angry, you need to
Stop yelling.
apologize to me. You need to stop yelling. Whereas the other one is every time you get angry, I'm going to leave the house. Every time you get angry, I'm going to ask you to stop yelling at me. And if you don't, I'm going to leave the house and I'm going to come back in 20 minutes, unless you yell at me again. And then I'm going to do the same thing. So one is, this is what I'm going to do. I'm the one that gets to choose for me. I'm not choosing for you. If you're doing anything where you're telling somebody else what they have to do, it's not a boundary. It's a power struggle. And it just shows that you're in fear and shame. You're basically passing fear and shame back and forth in the relationship. The second one is, and this is the one that will bend people's minds when they try it, is whatever the boundary is, it makes it that I'm more capable of loving you no matter what your response. A great boundary opens my heart to you because it's very, very hard for us to love anything that we think oppresses us. So if I draw a boundary that opens my heart, it means that I no longer see you as the oppressor. I have the capacity to do what I need to do here and take care of myself, which means that you can't oppress me.
What happens when they're too pliable?
If somebody is scared that they're not going to maintain their boundary, what typically they'll do is they'll either do it really, really harsh, which unfortunately makes it harder for the person who's hearing the boundary to hear the boundary and more of a resistance going on. Fear underneath it. The reason that I'm not going to draw the boundary is because I think that you won't love me if I hold the boundary. The boundary will change over time naturally if you're doing them right, because once you realize that you're not oppressed, you don't need the same kind of boundaries. So like if I think about my father who was an alcoholic, my first boundary with him was like, I'm not going to be around you if you are drinking. And then it was, I'm not going to be around you if you're drunk or hungover. And then it was, oh, I'm not going to be around you if you treat me like this, or this, whether you're drunk or hungover or not. And I can be around you if you're drunk or hungover, but if you treat me like this, I'm out. Once you start learning that, oh, I get to control my own destiny. I get to control whether I'm cared for. I get to control if I'm loving myself. Then all of a sudden the boundaries become less necessary, or they become softer, more open-hearted.